welcome to the Horror Next Door. We're back with some of our favorite new horror movie trailers for May 2020. If you like everything horror movies, memorabilia, and masks, please subscribe. Now, on with the trailers.
Alive. Or #alive. Or, if you were born before the big social media boom, #alive. The rapid spread of an unknown infection has left an entire city in ungovernable chaos, but one survivor remains alive in isolation. This is his story. This movie just looks awesome. I mean, plain and simple. It looks like there's a really heightened intensity and it's just super fast paced and there's a ton going on. Another thing that I kind of tend to like in horror movies is when someone is confined to one area or one small place, but the movie still manages to remain interesting and keep your attention. This looks like it could definitely do that. I know it showed him in parts of the trailer leaving his home, and that will be interesting to see as well, considering how insane these infected people look. They definitely look like fast, scary zombies, sort of like 28 Days Later, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, despite the title of the film kind of sounding stupid in my opinion, the movie actually looks really cool. This movie is from South Korea, which brought us Train to Busan. The zombies in this movie kind of remind me of Train to Busan, so this movie has caught my attention. I think the zombies look fucking awesome, so I don't know. It looks crazy and intense, like we always say. Hopefully it's got some cool, gory moments.
For the sake of vicious. A nurse returns home after a long shift to find a maniac sheltering her house with a barely living hostage. With the clock ticking, waves of violent intruders descend upon the neighborhood and besiege the home. The only way she can survive this cat-and-mouse scenario is to become just as vicious as everyone else. I've enjoyed home invasion horror films in the past. The Strangers really scared me when I first saw it in the theater. I think the idea of that being something that realistically could happen is what freaks me out about it. It also looks really brutal. Even just in the trailer, there was a lot of crazy blood and violence.
Yes, this was a Red Band trailer, so they didn't skimp out on the gore in the trailer. There's just tons of blood and sick shit going on. So the movie looks to be pretty brutal. It's going to be interesting to see what this guy's all about. Why does he have this hostage? Why does he want her to keep him alive? Like, what's the point of keeping this guy alive? What's the significance here? And then who are all these biker guys? These Sons of Anarchy looking dudes showing up, causing chaos. It just looks like pandemonium.
Relic. A daughter, mother, and grandmother are haunted by a manifestation of dementia that consumes their family's home. I think one of the main motivations in watching this trailer for me to want to see it is all of the quotes they put up there. Now, ordinarily, I really couldn't care less what critics say. The quotes on especially horror movie trailers often are completely taken out of context or blown out of proportion or whatever they need to do to try to make people want to see the movie. But there were a couple that stood out to us with this. One thing that I guess I sort of got when seeing this was a little bit of the same feeling that Hereditary gave me when I watched it. Just the coloring, the home, the elderly woman, all that stuff. You know, towards the end or maybe the last quarter of Hereditary, it felt that same way. And the quote that said, "The final act will make your skin crawl." I'm really curious what's going on there. It's the kind of trailer that does a really good job of reining you in. So kudos to whoever made this. No idea if the movie is going to be as good. Could turn out to be like The Turning.
Another quote that stood out was the one that says, "One of the most beautiful horror movie endings I've ever experienced," which is rather interesting because what does that even mean? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Looking up some of the actors and filmmakers, this movie stars Bella Heathcote, of the Neon Demon and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. But yeah, there's just something about this trailer that's just very unnerving and unsettling and just overall weird. There's a sense of dread going on.
Probably where I got the Hereditary feeling from.
Yes. So this one's on our radar for sure.
Inpetigore. Maya and her best friend Deanie try to survive in a city without a family. When Maya realizes that she might inherit a property from her rich family, she and Deanie return to her family's village, unaware of the danger that is waiting for them. This movie just looks sick and twisted. I don't know how any fan of horror, or even just like thriller or mystery type genres, wouldn't be interested to know what the heck is going on here. Because they show you just enough to make it intriguing and to let you know that some effed up stuff is going on. But you know that there's still a lot more to be seen. So I'm definitely interested in seeing this movie. Does that make me sick and twisted? I don't know, but I'm a horror movie fan, and sometimes sick and twisted happens.
Yeah, to me, this movie looks like one of those movies that when you finish watching it, you just want to go take a shower because it's so messed up. It's like you just gotta cleanse yourself or something. I don't know what the heck's going on. It looks like they're sacrificing babies or something. Who knows? This is weird. But I'm super interested in it.
Well, you kind of have to give filmmakers credit when they're willing to be controversial. And I'm not talking about ridiculous human centipede controversial. I'm talking about doing things that might offend people.
Like doing something controversial, but it's still good.
Right.
It's not Human Centipede 3.
Yeah, it's not completely tasteless and literally just trying way too hard to piss people off.
Yeah.
It's still telling a story. Still
Exactly.
means something.
But yes, Inpetigore or whatever. Can't wait to see it.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Comment your thoughts on these trailers. All of the ones we discussed in this video will be linked in the description box below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. Don't forget to check out our store and social media pages. Until next time.
Bye.